What an end to a game that was. In the most bizarre circumstances ever, Real Madrid do Real Madrid and obviously go and win it. But were Bayern Munich robbed of a golden opportunity to take the semi-final to extra time? This moment right here, the whistle blew, preventing a VAR check. But we'll get onto it later. Was this onside or not? Were Bayern Munich robbed? It's in the last minute, so it'll be the last thing we get onto. So stick around to see what I think about this. But what an incredible, incredible game that was. The first half was a bit dull, and I think we all kind of know that it was I think the tensions were up a little bit, and no team really went for it. They both kind of stuck to their tactics, and it was a good game, but there was nothing exciting going on. Second half, however, so much happened. It was cram-packed with pretty much the first 15 minutes were just based on Vinicius versus Kimmich or Vinicius versus Neuer. And then Alphonso Davies ruined that. Now, what I've got lined up here are the average formations or the average positions for both teams. And I really want to talk about, and I've spoken about this in a previous video about Man City, in the Real Madrid versus Man City game, Real Madrid's relationism. It is so crucial to their style of play. And I want to talk about what happened in this area of the pitch. It was an incredible matchup. We know Vinicius Jr. is a world-class player, and what we thought we'd see Mbappe doing yesterday, Vinicius Jr. did today. He absolutely tore Kimmich apart. Kimmich would often find himself in this position, and Vinicius Jr. with the ball out on this left-hand side. The issue with this is Kimmich was getting beaten every single time. So Bayern Munich had to try and counter this with maybe dropping De Ligt in to help, or Lima to help, or Sane drop deep to help. The problem with that is that if De Ligt goes too tight, there's so much space for Rodrigo to operate in, or a space for Bellingham to make a run. If Lima drops, Bellingham's got all this space on pretty much on the edge of zone 14. And if Sane drops, Mendy is perfectly ready for an overlap. And I think Vinicius was more than happy to just go one-on-one versus Kimmich and whoever joined Kimmich if he needed defensive support. But I think Tuchel realised halfway through the second half that it just was not working. The only thing is that no goal came from it. So you could argue that actually this didn't influence the game. But Vinicius was brilliant. He was so good. His 1v1s were incredible. And I want to talk about, I'll show you Rodrigo's heat map as we speak at the moment. He is so good at dropping into pockets and linking up play. Again, this relationism. Real Madrid line up in this 4-1-2-1-2, but it's so tilted towards the left-hand side of their pitch. You look at the attacking line, it's all pretty much on this side. Look at all the space over here for Carvajal or Valverde to attack. There's always so much space, and they shift the entire play towards the left-hand side, so Bellingham, Rodrigo and Vinicius can link up, find the intricate passes, and then play the switch to whoever's made an attacking run on the right-hand side. This is assuming that Vinicius hasn't cut inside and taken a shot himself, or Bellingham hasn't done the same. And despite this, Real Madrid attacked in this almost 2-5-3, 2-5-1-2, as we can see here. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich defended in a 4-4-2. It was almost more like this. Now, Gnabry came off injured and Davies came on at the left wing position, but it defended in a 4-4-2 a bit like this. Very compact lines, very tight distances between the two to stop the likes of Bellingham or Rodrigo dropping deep and picking the ball up in the pockets. In transition, though, and I thought the way that Bayern Munich were trying to transition was perfect. I think what they were trying to do was working really well, with Carvajal pushing so high up on this right-hand side and Valverde also kind of staying in this position here, especially as Mazraoui was pushing a little bit higher. As you can see, the gap here leaves so much space for Davies to run into. And we know what Harry Kane can do with a pass. We saw it at Tottenham. He loves to drop deep into a number 10 position, and he's been doing it at Bayern Munich as well this season. I'm going to show you his heat map at the moment. Where he picked up most of the ball was around this area here, I don't know why I'm doing it on here. You're looking at the heat map. Pick the ball up pretty much in the middle of the park. And as we go back to the tactics board, if he picks the ball up in this area here, all he's looking to do, and Sane's doing the same thing on this side, but all Kane wants to do is play a pass like this for Davies to run onto. And that is where, in the 67th minute, Davies took his chance. Obviously, Kane played a ball over to this side, and the players are dropping, obviously getting back, tracking back. I think it was more like a 3, kind of something a bit like this, somewhat. I think Rudiger actually did the right thing, tried to force Davies onto his right foot. We know Davies is a very left-footed player, so as he's coming here, what you don't want to do is let Davies have all this space down here to use his left foot to put in a cross for the likes of Harry Kane to attack. So instead, Rudiger shows him onto his right foot, so he has to cut inside. The issue is, with when he's doing this, Davies just decides to hit a world-class finish. On his right foot, I think it's his first Champions League goal, and he hits it with his right foot, and it flies in. I mean, it's unsavable. It's a brilliant strike. Lunin can do nothing about it. And I don't think Rudiger did too much wrong. As I said, he showed him onto his weaker foot. Davies isn't especially known for his right foot, but it was just a phenomenal strike. And Bayern Munich are 1-0 up. Brilliant scenes. Brilliant scenes. We're all thinking Real Madrid might actually not make it to a final. And the thing is, about 3 minutes later, Real Madrid have a corner. Modric has come on. But they had a corner routine. Modric plays it short. It comes to Nacho, takes the shot, deflects in. But it was a blatant foul from Nacho on Kimmich, so we can't really blame him for that. What was rightfully ruled out. For once, Kimmich was not in the wrong. Today, anyway. What I found really interesting, though, is then how Tuchel, around about, I think it was about the 75th minute or so, tried to just hold on to this lead. He pretty much decided, I'm just going to sit back and attempt to play a bit more of a deeper block, but also just stop Real Madrid's constant attacks. And he did this by bringing Kim Min-jae on, but he brought him on for Sane. Obviously, Kim Min-jae did not go right mid, because that would be stupid. Mazraoui, however, did, and Kim Min-jae went left back. What I liked about this, obviously Real Madrid are now starting to, they need to attack a bit more. So they're getting into positions like this, and obviously Brahim Diaz eventually comes on for Valverde, and Joselu for, that's Eric Dyer, and Joselu for Rodrigo. But Real Madrid are attacking in almost this 2-4-4, maybe sometimes a 2-3-5, pushing very high. It meant that Bayern Munich, with Kim Min-jae on, could drop into this back five, almost in a 5-3-2 or a 5-4-1. It depended, but the effect of this was trying to stop the passes from Modric, splitting the defence for the likes of Vinicius to run onto. Modric kept picking the ball up in little areas, especially on this side of the pitch, where he was playing these intricate passes. Now, his passes weren't brilliant, but playing all these intricate passes and Bayern Munich going into this deeper block meant that Real Madrid was struggling a bit. And then just some freak incident. Neuer had a brilliant game. He had a really, really good game. But some freak incident, Vinicius cuts inside, takes a shot, and God knows what he's doing, how he's not caught that. Joselu, brilliant opportunity. He takes it. Now, I'd like to point out, 7 years ago, this is a man that could not do it on a cold night in Stoke. Can he do it in a cold night in Newcastle, they asked. The answer was no. Can he do it at Deportivo? The answer was pretty much no. But can he do it in a semi-final of a Champions League for probably the biggest club in the world? Obviously he can. And I want to show you this. His first 2 touches of the game were 2 goals. He was really good at pretty much doing what Bellingham does. He became the number 10 in this 4-1-2-1-2 situation. I'll go try and bring it back a little bit to what it was like. Bit more, something like this. Bellingham went to a left centre midfield position, Modric on the right. Joselu did obviously get forward and would play more of a striker up there, but he kind of did what Bellingham does, plays close to the attacking line, but drops a little bit deeper to create the 2 technically wingers, but to allow Diaz and Vinicius to run in front of him and kind of link up the play a little bit. The thing is, when the second goal came in, and I thought Joselu did really well. So when, I can't remember if it was a cross or a free kick or a corner that came in, but from the set piece, Joselu stays deep. Everyone else is pushing up, but Joselu stays a little bit deeper in an offside position technically. But through doing this, Pavlovic ends up, I think it's a bit of his youth and inexperience, stays deeper alongside Joselu, so Joselu's not offside. The thing is, then as all the Bayern Munich players are trying to push out, Mazraoui and Joselu and Pavlovic are all kind of in awkward positions, where once the ball's got to Rudiger, that's when they've decided to push forward. Mazraoui and Pavlovic have decided to push forward just as the ball's come to Rudiger to try and play Joselu offside. But as we saw, it was not offside. They left it just a bit too late, or they should have held their ground. One of the two. And that is the issue with not pushing up high enough quickly. And it caught Bayern Munich out today. I thought their transitions were really poor today as well. Again, it only takes one really good transition to get the goal, and it did. I thought Harry Kane actually missed a lot of opportunities. When Bayern Munich countered, they countered from their 4-4-2 into a 4-2-4 with Davies or Gnabry when he was playing, and Sane pushing really far up alongside Musiala and Kane. When they then progressed further up the pitch, Kane struggled to find them splitting passes, what we know he's so good at. But obviously that one pass paid off, got to Davies, and he scored. The issue is the referee's decision at the final minute of the game. And this is, I think, going to be the biggest talking point. Yes, Joselu scored 2 great goals in a Champions League semi-final, a man that used to play for Stoke, a 34-year-old legend of football. But I think the story will be that final moment. I think it's Thomas Müller that scores the goal, but De Ligt is up there with him. And as we take a look at this photo, I'll let you make a decision for yourself. The referee and the linesman should have let the play finish before putting the flag up and blowing the whistle. The thing is, the linesman put his flag up too early, meaning the referee thought it was an obvious offside, just called the play there for the free kick to Real Madrid. When you look back at it, though, I think Müller is onside. I think it's Rudiger that might be playing him onside, and if that is left for a VAR review, I think that goal might stand, and that would completely change things. I will be filming this video in another half an hour. I really wanted Bayern Munich to go through, I can't lie. I love Tuchel, but it's going to be, I'm a bit scared for Dortmund in the final. I'm a bit scared for them against Real Madrid. We know what Real Madrid can do going to Wembley. It's a big game, but Real Madrid are Champions League. They are the Champions League. They just are. It's what they are. And obviously Bayern Munich brought on Choupo-Moting, Thomas Müller, all these great players to try and get that winning goal in the last minute. And I really wish it had paid off for them. I do really wish it paid off for them, because I feel like it was their own fault that it was a couple mistakes that led them to go 2-1 down. But I certainly think they still showed a good spirit in the semi-final against the likes of Real Madrid. But Carlo Ancelotti always finds a way. He is the best, in my opinion. He is a better manager than Pep Guardiola. He's a better manager than Jurgen Klopp. I think he could be the best manager in the world right now. Personally, I love that man. I love him. And this is a man that managed Everton. How's that even possible? But I think that should have gone for a VAR review at the end, personally. Let me know what you guys think. It's going to be a big final. Real Madrid versus Dortmund. It would be poetic if Dortmund win it, for the Royce story. And Jadon Sancho obviously proving a point. And obviously I want Ian Maatsen to at least get some trophy this season, because Chelsea certainly aren't. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know who you guys think win this final. We've got a few weeks to prepare for it, so definitely going to do some homework. I'm probably not going to do homework, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm definitely going to do a tactical review of it when it comes out. A proper in-depth one. I'm excited for that. I love a Champions League final. Who doesn't? Let me know in the comments, who do you guys think is going to win that? Personally, I think Real Madrid. If you want to check my full Champions League predictions from the quarterfinal stage onwards, check out my video on that. You can see how close I got to the actual predictions. But regardless, as always, we were treated to a brilliant Champions League semi-final. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you very soon with another video.